May I have a crumb of the pussy, please?
Spare cooch, ma'am.
Hello, mother?
3, 2, 1. This is the Wet Brains Podcast. Poggers. Welcome back to another episode of the Wet Brains Podcast. We have a very special episode today. It's Valentine's Day that we are recording. Probably not going to be uploaded on the same day, but recording on Valentine's, and we have a guest, the very first female to ever be on this podcast. We have
and last.
Yeah, hopefully not last.
After this,
hopefully not
Jesus.
last.
Yeah.
We have Skye, Redden, also known as Klutz TV on Twitch. Just a little plug there for you.
TTV. There's two T's.
Oh, Klutz TTV. You know, she's quirky like that. She likes two
Wow.
T's.
Goddamn.
Jesus Christ, I didn't get the notes. Okay, I didn't get the
Emmy.
notes. You know, joining Skye today is the regular
you.
cast of goons. You know, you got me, Coby, Liam to my right, Keenan to his right,
Hello.
Benjo to the bottom of Liam,
Nice. That's where I wanna be.
Everyone wishes.
Alex below Keenan, and at
Speaking of simping.
the bottom bread in the Benjo sandwich, Miguel.
Dude, I
There you
love
go.
it here.
Hey, I'm in the middle. Hey, let's go,
Yeah.
boys.
Nothing wrong with being in the middle.
You're the cream of the Oreo right now, Benjo.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Actual cream.
I feel a little bit empowered, not gonna lie. I feel good, you know,
Creamy?
The strength.
a little bit.
The
That
strength
means
of
Liam
1,000
and
creams.
Miguel are chocolate, baby.
Oh.
Ooh.
Probably the least, the second least chocolate person in this call, but alright, we'll take it.
So yeah, so in honor of Valentine's Day being a thing that we celebrate every year, we wanted to
Debatable.
surround this episode
Yeah.
with questions about relationships and things we expect and what we look for in our partners, and if we ever find any. Shout out.
Swear.
Yeah, and just the things that go along with it. So Liam actually came up with a lot of starting topics and points that we could touch on here. So if Liam, you wanna bring it up, Mr.
Speak
Love
to us,
Master.
Liam.
I mean, you are quite experienced in the field of relationships, anyways. So
True.
Wow.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that phrase.
Yeah.
well, take what you will with that phrase.
Alright.
Lead us on,
Yeah.
Capitan. Lead us on.
So I guess like one good thing, that I have going is, for context for the viewers, I've been dating for over a year, almost 2 years. So I guess that's why they're saying that. But
Here. Yeah.
Dating with
start.
one girl. Let's just make that
Wholesome.
yeah.
Just bounce it around.
clear. No, I've just been dating. Period.
Yeah,
You know,
nonstop.
dude. Like nonstop for like 2 years.
Carbon dating.
But yeah, let's make that clear.
Okay.
The only virus going around is me right now, dude.
Well, dude, I'm about to spread myself to everybody, dude. Come on.
Benjo 19.
Yo,
Actually.
Yo.
you hate to
Okay.
hear it. Goddamn.
You hate
But
to.
yeah. So yeah, Liam. So, Mr. Experience
Okay, so I
himself.
mean, I'm sure most of us have had dating experience in the past and like have looked for certain qualities or characteristics in partners. So I was just wondering, what are things you look for or expect from a dating partner?
A
Or when
fat
you-
ass.
Preferably existing. Like,
Has to be
Pretty
3D, I think.
3D! At the very
I
least,
mean,
three-dimensional.
well,
4
that
is okay, I guess. Yeah.
I think
Shout out
3D,
VR chat.
that could still be animation, bro. Like, there's 3D animation. Have you seen
True.
Pixar? Mrs. Incredible, bro?
Oh my god.
She's
Kinda true.
3D.
There's something with Pixar, like a lot of the mom characters that tend to be very thick. It's a,
Pixar got taste, man.
I don't know. I think like in even Big Hero 6, the auntie.
They about that milk
Ooh.
Yeah.
life.
I actually don't remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Pixar mothers are kind of goated though, like for. Yes.
But-
Alright.
But yes, so what was the question? I already forgot. I just got.
Oh, Laura, it's like
Wha-
things
I
you
think
look
it was-
for and yeah.
Yeah, it was like traits you look for in a partner.
Mental
exist.
stability is a big one.
It's fair.
Jesus fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, the bare minimum
Yeah.
shit, dude. Preferably not insane. If they are, it's okay. You know, we got connects. It's okay.
I mean,
Kobe's just smiling. Yes.
I think
ah
I
yes,
think it's
mental stability.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
it's as long as they. I think with
Mm.
that, it's more so what do they want out of the relationship versus what you want, and if it doesn't really coincide, then like maybe it's not really meant to work out. That's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah.
So I think
Intentions and values.
yeah, intentions and like be the clarity. I think that's what I look for is like being able to understand what they want out of whatever moving forward. I think that's definitely something that needs to be clear in my opinion.
Okay, so you want someone like honest, frank.
Yeah,
that
you
sort
know,
of
and like it for me it doesn't matter if like you need time to like really get your feelings out there or open up. I think that's completely normal and everybody should be afforded that kind of level of respect for that. But at the same time, if like you also need to be willing to communicate because a relationship is a two-way street in my opinion. So there's got to be
Oh,
like
definitely.
there's got to be like some rapport between the two obviously when it comes to like dealing with stuff. That's I
Yeah.
guess but if you want to be like superficial about what you look into a person, man, as Keenan said, ass,
Cheeks. All right.
cheeks. Nah, just kidding. I mean,
That's
yeah, I
fair
think
enough,
we all
man.
have different like tastes on what we think is attractive, right? As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You get what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I know a lot of people that we used to know. I'm not gonna name names, but like a lot of them had quite high standards when it came to like who they would like. And I was
Such
just like,
as.
I'm not giving names. You're trying to bait me in. You're trying to bait me in.
yeah, continue. Go ahead.
But I think I don't know. It's hard to really tell when you see somebody's like, oh yeah, I like them. But there's like very superficial answers like, oh, I think they're pretty. But you could say that about anybody, in my opinion.
For the most part, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, that person, big vibes. I like that. I can understand that. I think like going back to the whole like being honest about what you want, things like that. I think that's definitely a big thing because I don't really want. I know maybe it's easier for me because like I feel like girls tend to do this more. Maybe I don't know. At least from experience, like just being not having to decode what someone else is saying is really nice. You know, like, I don't want to be playing mind games every day. You know, like please just tell me what you want.
Yeah, like if you want to go out for dinner, just tell me. Don't be like, oh my gosh, this restaurant's really nice. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to
You want me to
go?
do this information,
Like
yeah,
like okay, but who asked? Like oh no.
I don't know, I
babe, did
feel
you
like,
see? Oh, sorry.
Guys
Yeah.
tend to be a lot simpler with these kinds of things. I'm probably speaking from my own experience, but I don't want to be generalizing. But I'm quite simple. Like if you just tell me something
Oh, he's
and you
simple,
don't give me
bro.
like clues that I have to like lose clue, like oh what's the next clue, like type shit to figure it out.
All right, Dora.
It's like me with my little notepad. All right, we found one clue. What are we doing with this one clue? We have to find the next clue. Like no, if you straight up tell me like let's go get dinner, I'm like fuck yeah. But
Bet.
instead of like
Yeah.
oh I'm a bit hungry. Oh, I want to go somewhere. I'm okay. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you know,
You
like
know,
like
I-
in those like movies with the red string, like all the pictures. It's like that, dude.
it's like the detective scene, like, oh, what? How does this all like coincide together? Like, yeah.
So
I
this
think
morning
obviously-
she woke up mad. That means I'm supposed to take her out to dinner?
Oh, that's
Question mark? Like,
Apparently, I did something bad in her dream, and now she's mad at me. Like, dude.
That's crazy.
I've
the
seen those on
rib.
Twitter. You're like, do people actually do that? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well,
I've
I
been
think
blessed
that's
enough
more
to,
of
like,
a
not meet
meme,
anyone
to
that
be
was like
honest.
that.
I don't think I've met anybody who's actually been like, oh yeah, you hurt me in my dream. I hate you. You know,
I
like
think you just hear about that, but you never like. I don't think I've actually experienced that.
I know it's a joke, but there's gotta be some truth to it. Like some people have experienced that somewhere, right?
Yeah,
for
maybe
it
like maybe
to
like
be
as in, like
true.
maybe that's exaggerated, but like some form
Yeah.
of that is like it's just in your head. I guess just trust issues, I suppose. Yeah, I think faith is a good one. Of course, there's like ways that you can lose faith, and that's totally
Yeah. What
justifiable.
about like
but that's
you guys
important.
have any other things you look for? Like just immediate off. Like you see the girl, like maybe you don't even know her. Like, but what
Aside
would
from
what would
ass.
catch your eye?
Okay.
Well,
would
Okay,
catch your
that's
eye?
a given.
Right.
Okay.
Energy.
Energy. All right.
Like if somebody
Yeah.
just emits this certain atmosphere
Yeah.
that I know for everybody it's different, but if you get attracted to it,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are into more eccentric people or more.
Yeah.
I like my girl.
Yeah, so you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
When somebody just emits a certain personality, I'm kind of attracted
Charisma.
towards that.
It's like
Oh.
you're attracted to
Yeah.
your own kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like if you
Your own
find
quirk.
someone that's like as weird as you are, and like you vibe with it, then it's like, oh, hello there.
Yeah, like Alex with feet, right?
Feet.
Exactly like that.
Liam with ankles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ankles and
Broken.
Ankles and eyes.
People that
Monkeys
are
and
broken.
Ankles
you know.
are
A nice
nice.
broken leg gets
Liam
Fellas.
2021.
Fellas.
Elbows.
Oh,
though.
I completely agree. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely an energy. I would much like if the girl is boring, right? I don't know. Like that's such a turn off for me. Like if they're just like very one paneled and just like there's nothing, no substance, no
It's
depth.
like
there's-
basic. It's like
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, like if
oh.
you're like breaking your back trying to carry a conversation, kind of
Yeah.
rough. Kind of rough.
I hate like I hate
Like-
it when that happens. I understand there's like a period of time where you have to get to that point where they can
Yeah, it's
open
kinda
up and be
ox.
weird. But like,
Mhm.
fuck, if you can't even like sense that there's anything there, like it's so tiring. I'd say.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
you sort of like have like this idea of what you call basic, right? And I think that varies from person to person. I've sort of found out what I think basic is here in Australia when like on Tinder, because like there are a group of like girls that like very similar things, and to me, I am in no way interested in those things whatsoever. And all it involves is like playing a local sport, 4-wheel driving, camping, having tattoos, having a nose ring, having a mullet, being a laborer, and I'm like, that doesn't interest me whatsoever. And like, you know, obviously that since that doesn't interest me, like, you know, that's their preference. And it's quite surprising how a lot of these people have that kind of preference for that sort of like type of person. But in my mind, they're like these basic chicks that I probably would not want to like, you know, date or look for a relationship with. Like I'll probably talk to them, but like to see if a conversation goes anywhere. But you know, I sort of realized that in the end of the day, we have nothing in common.
Yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
like a
I'm
new
gonna jump
kind
in.
of brand of basic. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go for it.
All right,
I was actually
Baz. I
gonna
think, like,
ask you a question.
Yeah, so like the new brand of basic for me at least is like people that think they're not basic and are pretentious about it, you know? Like
Oh well,
like
I
we're
like
all
anime.
normal.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I like anime, and that's
I
like
know.
not a normal thing.
Woo girls, dude. I can't.
Shit.
Let's not pretend that people were dogging on anime a couple years ago. Like if you watched
Yeah.
anime in middle
That's
school, they
fair,
thought you
though.
were a fucking weird nerd.
Dude.
And even if you watched
Hey.
anime in high school, but now all of a sudden, like, oh my god, I
Yeah,
love
like
watching anime.
now it's
Shut
cool.
the fuck
Guys,
up.
did you watch the new Attack on Titan season? Dude, it's so good.
Every day,
Oh,
every
so
day.
fucking.
It's such a weird cycle.
Yeah.
Hypocrites.
I feel like there's a cycle of hate that just collapses on itself and it turns into love. Like I don't get it. Like for anime, for example, like people like Alex said, if before people would dog you for fucking watching anime, call you a weeaboo or some shit.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you watch Naruto? Like, dude, I love the fucking blue ball thing that he. puts
Oh
in
my
his
god,
hand."
you watched
Blue
Naruto?
ball
Oh,
thing?
fuck.
Oh my god, did you know that they made Burrito? That's his son.
Burrito.
Burrito and salad, dude.
Goddamn.
Actual. That's wild. But yeah, Liam, you said something. You had a questiones. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just drawing off of Alex's
Yeah.
topic. Like, what does a basic guy look like? Because he's describing.
Oh
a basic
man, I was actually
Oh,
thinking about this
yeah.
just now.
That's a
Honestly,
good
I don't
curious.
really know. I haven't.
Because
I feel
obviously
like I
we
just
wouldn't think.
haven't like actively. Because for me, when it comes to like guys and friends, I tend to like actively look for people or search for people, and sometimes I just get like, I don't want to say vibes, but like the energy thing, you know? It's like sometimes like some people just like pop out to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go after this guy, you know? And then other people kind of just fade in, so I don't really know what a basic person is. I think for me, I think everyone has some sort of like layer of complexity to them. I think some people just aren't like confident enough in themselves maybe to kind of let that quirk show, you know? And that's kind of understandable because some things they may not be sure about, you know, like, oh, is she gonna think I'm weird if I tell her that I'm into sewing or some shit? Like, nah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool,
No,
man, you know?
I get
Chad.
that feeling
Chad.
when it
Handy
comes
dude.
to like the memes that I have on my phone. I'm like, should I
Yeah.
send this or will this turn her off from wanting to talk
Yes,
to me?
absolutely. This
Yeah,
meme sending
yeah.
is a that takes it takes an amount of confidence.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
even
thing
if
is,
I
like,
think your meme is shit, it's fine.
but the
At
thing is,
least
if
you
they
tried.
reciprocate or they
Yeah.
start setting like decent memes back that with like the same level of like scuffed quality, like I know like that's a
Yeah.
good person to befriend or whatever. Like
Oh, for sure.
like we're on that same meme wavelength, and I get that. Like
Yeah.
memes are.
Like,
I feel like nowadays
Mhm.
memes are such a good identifier for who I can be friends with. Because if
Yeah.
they can vibe with like my
Interesting.
shitty shit post memes, like, dude,
You
hell
can vibe
yeah,
with anything.
yeah, you're in the
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like-
Though.
Yeah. Shit post.
Yeah, shitpost
Huh?
memes are just
Dude,
basic.
the deep fried ones.
they're
deep
they're
fried
just
ones,
there,
don't
you know.
They're-
It's
they're
like
like-
live, but
They're like pure elements in their like raw form, their rawest form. If you can laugh at that, you can laugh at anything. Like it's just, I understand where Kobe's coming from. So,
yeah.
Like, yeah, honestly, if someone can laugh at something that like literally just says how to make Gen Z laugh and it's just beans, and then yeah, look at you guys, you're fucking laughing. Like that's just I find it's fucking funny for some reason, right? I find
Yeah.
that genuinely funny. If someone can laugh at that, I was like, oh wow, similar.
Yeah.
I mean,
sense of
yeah,
humor.
the guy above me, this guy laughs at monkeys shooting AK-47s.
Hey,
His girlfriend, dude, she's lucky as fuck, bro. Like, no cap, bro. Goddamn.
Oh man, that's
Mm.
cute. That's cute. Oh man. Okay, so humor. I guess humor is definitely up there. Like being able to
yeah.
laugh at stupid shit is pretty good up there. You know,
Yeah,
I think
you
some people
obviously
may like.
need to have like a similar sense
Yeah.
of humor.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like no one really has a shitty sense of humor per se, unless
It's
you're
just
just straight
different.
up an asshole, you know. But
Yeah.
you know, everyone has their. It's like the same. Like you don't like people don't really have a shitty taste in music per se. It's just
Except if you like
not
country.
It doesn't really line up with your own. Or
Country
you know, I
is
mean,
great.
yeah, there's some good country songs
I
up
feel
there,
like
man.
country.
There's some good ones out there. You just
I'm
gotta
sorry.
find the right
I
people to
don't-
vibe with.
I
There's only
don't
one
vibe
good
with
country song,
country.
and that's it.
It's fine.
Which one's that?
I got that
Country
real
roads,
big.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Maybe lock
Country
them
Road.
doors and turn the
course,
lights
of
down
course.
Down
low.
low.
mean-
Oh no, my favorite one is that's another topic. But there's one country song that I fuck with, but I think
Just say it. Just say it.
No, I don't
Yeah.
remember the song. I just remember it was about
Old
like the
Town
Platte
Road,
River
dude, Colin.
in
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. No,
Something
no.
about Old Town Road.
Actually, Old Town Road isn't considered country anymore.
Isn't
Really?
Well,
that?
yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
they
got
they
like
took it
booted
off of the country
the
charts
fucking, yeah,
because
the
people got
pop-
like super pissed that it was like this isn't
And the-
real country, you know, that type of
Yeah,
thing.
but then they had fucking then Lil Nas X was like, "Hey, fuck it, let's get Billy Ray Cyrus on the track."
now
you
it's
know?
country. Exactly. So silly, man. Yeah, but yeah, the country people are certainly interesting. They're up there with horse girls, you know. I feel like you'll find the same
Yo.
people. Horse
I mean,
girls,
there's
horse
nothing wrong
girls.
with a horse girl, though. You know, they know how to ride.
Except they're probably like 6'4".
No, because the thing
I
is,
don't know,
horse
what is
girls
that,
will
5'7" or
always love their
5'6" king?
horse more than
I mean,
you.
for me
That's
and
the
Liam, that
thing.
doesn't matter.
Okay,
Dude.
okay, boys.
Oh.
There's, I don't know if you've noticed it, but like
Yeah.
at some point in my life, there's always been like a horse girl. Like
Really, in the
Can we
Philippines?
clarify what that is? Like,
Okay.
what
it's
is
a girl
horse
who's
girl?
just
Like,
Some-
super into
horse.
horses.
No, just really
Oh,
likes
sick.
horses.
Like,
Like always
nice.
talks about her
half
horses.
horse,
horses,
half
horses.
fucking girl, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
she's
they're-
standing on her. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
She's like the
Goddamn.
female
Yeah.
version of a tikbalang.
Yeah.
Like, I probably can, like, it's up there with like theater kids, you know, because like, it's like I don't want to rag on theater kids because I love my theater kids, alright, I love you guys. But let me tell you, alright, some of y'all only talk about theater and just theater. The amount of times people are like, oh my God, Hamilton. It's like, okay, I get it, it's good. Fuck off, like, please.
Nah,
Like,
yeah, I get
there's
that.
only like a certain amount of time where like I forget what was it, like I think there's like whenever I go to a party and someone says Hamilton, there's always at least two people that's like, oh my God, you like Hamilton too, like I know. And then it's just that's all they play, that's all they listen to, just in like this little quiet corner. And I'm like, you know what, y'all are happy, y'all are vibing, you're not hurting people, it's okay, but you're hurting me. Please, I just want to talk to you, man.
Oof.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I mean, like, it's just like I think it comes with the territory of being into theater, because like you just become so much more flamboyant and like out there. You know, there's
For
it's just like a
sure.
certain amount of energy it takes to want to be in theater, because it's a performing art. You have to have some level of confidence within yourself to be like, I want to do this. I like this
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Because you're really putting
So-
yourself out there, right?
I mean, like, take it from me. I've done a lot of theater.
Oh yeah,
in
you're
my
the
life.
theater kid. Yeah, fuck you.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a theater kid, asshole.
I remember you, Elvis,
Rip.
Joseph, in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I know
Hey,
you
hey,
killed that. You
lest we
killed that
forget
role. Not gonna lie, you
fucking
killed it. Okay.
Benjo was Joseph, lest we forget.
Benjo was Joseph.
Yeah.
You're right.
He was the main
Yeah.
character.
He was the main
He
boy.
was actual protagonist, dude.
Yeah, Liam was
He's
the
in the
dream
center
coach.
now. He's in the center then. That was it.
Can we also
I
talk
was
about
just-
Liam being the head of
Yeah.
Greece as
Oh
well?
yeah, why don't we? Huh?
Oh no.
I didn't realize how many
Let's
fucking
talk about
theater
it.
kids we had.
What
here.
was that?
Fuck.
That's true. Well, I've never actually seen. I think the only thing I've seen Liam in was Grease when he was. What were you? You were Danny. I forget who was that guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, you were the
I
Grease
quit
one.
Was it
after
Chad?
that.
Yeah, holy shit.
I was
Yeah,
retired.
yeah, I know.
They're
You
just-
had
just
like
pops
one
something
and
up on
done.
the screen, like, right now.
yeah.
I just
Absolute
I
delinquent.
remember when
Yeah.
Liam was like getting casted into Grease.
Uh.
The director at the time, he went over to Liam's house and he was just like scouting, so to speak. But he was just
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
"Oh, Liam, you look pretty good. You could be the main role here." And Liam, you know,
You know, just saying wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
wink, nudge, nudge, exactly.
That was after Mick dropped out though.
That's
Mick
that's
would've been a
exactly what I was thinking.
bomb,
Because the thing is
Yeah.
like because he was in drama, right? So and we had the whole thing where we had to try out, you know, because like tall man actually can sing. You know, pretty good looking for like a 7th grader. Like, you
Well,
know.
he's supposed to be
it's
our
kinda
batch,
fit the role.
though. He was supposed to
True,
be.
he
Yeah.
was. He was.
Yeah.
Mm.
And to Liam's credit though, all the
Liam
all the
did a
chicks
good job.
all the chicks in school were just like, "Oh, he's kind of cute though," you know. And
True.
Yeah,
know,
especially
you-
the older ones.
especially
Especially the older ones.
the attention of all the single. Okay, maybe not.
Single moms?
Damn.
A bit too young for that.
Hold
What?
They're probably thinking
How old are
like,
you again?
I will be back for you in a couple of years. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Hey,
Oh,
Danny
God.
boy.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so,
Someone
going back
take
to
my
things we
pool
look into
boy.
noted, Liam really likes older women, apparently. What else? We just like completely derailed
know how
the
the
conversation.
topic-
That's fine. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, in conclusion, fuck theater kids. Second,
Wait, hold the fucking phone there.
dude, all of my best friends are
Fight,
theater
fight,
kids. That's
fight,
why I can
fight,
say
fight.
fuck theater kids.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself a full theater kid. I
That's
am
what a theater
into
kid would
theater,
say.
but I don't think
Yeah.
I don't go up to Benjo being like, "Yo, dude, did you listen to Leslie Odom Jr. off of Hamilton? He created this thing." I was like, but I understand why
Yeah.
there's like a certain like disdain towards theater kids because they are such strong personalities. It's
Very
really
strong.
hard to like get with and just like get on the
Mm-hmm.
same wavelength with them because it's like they're so much moving at a faster speed than all of us
Yeah.
because they're like, yo, theater is my
Theater
life. I
kids.
know what I want to
Don't
do.
other
because
theater
is
kids
my
not like
life."
other
Yeah.
theater kids?
I think
That-
what it is
You-
just
Like they don't
people
even
that-
like each
yeah.
other, so
Just the theater
They
kid
can have
hangs.
very strong personality.
They can be
exactly.
quite
So it obviously
judgmental.
conflicts.
Yeah.
So theater kids don't like other
Yeah.
theater kids.
To be
Yeah.
fair though, I'm jealous of them, dude. I don't have I'm too shy to say anything, so it's just like goddamn.
Mm.
Like, dude, I've never
Yeah.
met a theater kid that wasn't afraid to just say their mind, dude. Like, speak your truth,
Speak
dude.
their truth.
Yeah, we met at
Speak
Whole
their
Foods.
truth.
You were buying rosé.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah.
so in conclusion, I guess like the thing that ties like horse girls and theater kids together is people that have a hobby that just encompass their entire life. And if you don't relate to that hobby, it's kind of difficult to, have
Yeah.
a relationship with them, Fishing.
definitely.
There you go. If you don't like fishing, it's hard to get into
Hey.
fishing people.
I love
know.
fishing.
I mean,
Yeah,
I love
fair
fishing. Dude.
enough.
Fishing is
I
so
love
much fun. It's so
centaurs.
much fun.
Oh shit! Then you should date a
Yeah.
fisher woman.
Fisher.
Fish.
Oh, what
You should
fish
date a
did you catch
fish.
today, honey. Oh, I got fucking some tilapia.
I got a
I got the buggles.
Bangus, dude.
A bangus.
Yo, this bang is banging though. Like,
Oh, bars.
I
Benjo got
did.
bars.
Write that
Wow.
down. Write that down.
Fair
Alright.
Okay,
enough.
so
Next
we can
question.
move on to the next the next topic point that Liam has written down.
Imagine that's the only one he had and was like, shit. I didn't
So-
know
Yeah,
this part
like
there.
I'm done. No, I'm just-
Ah, damn it. Okay, well, here we
the
go.
one and done, Mr. One
Yeah.
Pump Trump, dude. Let's go. Oh.
One pump chump.
One pump chump, dude. Don't
So-
even like
Oh,
that. Just
you know what?
horrendous.
Okay.
Grates my ears.
For my gamers out there, all right, Coby,
Yo,
this may
shut
hit
up.
home. People that are unnaturally toxic to people online for no good
Unnaturally?
reason.
Like on purpose.
Yeah, no, like, and not even on purpose, but even like subconsciously. Yeah, Coby, you would know, wouldn't you?
Hey, I'm reformed.
So yeah, you're
You-
reformed. You're reformed. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
reformed.
So
But back in the
yeah.
day, I used to flame the shit out of people for like the smallest of things. Like, I remember. Okay, so shout out to Furman, who will never listen to this podcast again because he's admitted it. He doesn't listen to it anymore. But,
Well, if he's like,
but
Yeah.
I know, right? Reported.
Yeah, we'll remember this.
We played Rocket League a
Yeah.
couple of years back, and I was playing with his brother, his older brother, and so I was like, he invited Furman to play. And he was shit, but he was new to the game, but I didn't care because he was shit, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
losing because of this guy. So I was like, dude, you fucking suck, man.
No.
I mean,
why,
I think-
Coby?
And that's how
why?
Kobe just had that ninja like mindset, you know, like that one tweet he had. The phrase "It's just a game" is such a weak mindset. You are okay.
Oh,
with
I
fucking
remember.
losing
Okay.
Imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. You know. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so what you're saying is I was
Wow.
ninja before
You
ninja.
memorized that one, huh, Ben?
Oh,
Hey.
Benjo
I just pulled it
remembers.
He has that on his wall.
Rise and
Yeah,
grind,
it's
dude.
like-
That's why Benjo became a gym
It's the
rat.
mentality. Winner
Every time I
mentality.
wake up, I'm like, ah, ninja, you fucking piece of crap, dude.
Evidence your wallpaper.
Hey,
It's like typed out with a sunset fucking mountain background. Inspirational quote.
Yeah, on the peak of the mountain, it's just ninja's tweet.
But yeah, so
Hell yeah.
I think that's just
So, yeah.
well, that's the past, you know. We
Yeah,
don't.
exactly.
You know, I'm
I
not.
think-
I'm not flamer
yeah.
anymore.
Exactly. I think like video games and service people kind of like bring out the same like the something that people may hide like subconsciously in themselves. Like people that treat service people bad. I think that's like just a general thing. That's a
Yeah.
huge red flag, you know. Like if you try to act like all
Yeah.
pompous or something to like the cafeteria lady, it's like
I think that's just that's also just a sign of like that's also just
Yeah.
a sign of like which I can't find the word like but
superiority
privilege.
complex.
Yeah, superiority.
It's like elitism,
superiority.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, what? I think that leads into like the second point that Liam wrote
Yeah,
down
what's up?
pretty well, which is
He wrote a second one
absolute-
down.
Oh, he has a lot. He has two more.
I thought he was
He's a
serious.
two-pump chump. Two-pump chump.
That's our valedictorian right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like in the same line of like elitism and stuff, like what would be things that would be absolute dating don'ts? So that would be like pet peeves, stuff you wouldn't want in a partner, right? So like what would like if you're already in a relationship, let's say, what would be like a deal breaker, or what would something that really be like I don't really vibe with that, you know?
Alright.
So for me,
Does
like
anybody
that's
else
one
have
thing.
one?
It's like elitism.
Because if not,
You can go ahead if you have
people
something
that
ready.
don't take care of themselves, you know, like hygiene is one thing, you know, that's just a given, but also just like at least a semblance of healthy living, you know, like you don't have to be like a fitness addict or whatever, but like,
Benjo.
you know, me personally, I would at least like to have a chance to like grow old with someone, you know. So
Damn.
you know, if you so yeah, exactly. So you know, if you've got like a, I don't know, how do I put this, like, you know, if you've got a collapsed lung at 17 or like
Wow, that's such a specific.
Damn.
Great example.
or like
Good
yeah,
thing
it's
we
just,
don't know
you know,
anybody
and
with
if
one of
all- And if
those.
all you eat is like junk food and stuff, like okay, I get it, like every now and then it's fun and stuff, but like
Oh,
if
my
that's just
camera.
your lifestyle, man. Like,
It's edging. Benjo's
yeah,
like,
it takes it.
Come back
Yeah,
to the
I'm sure
original.
people will like grow out of that, but like, do I really want to take the risk and like wait for that person to grow out of this junk food phase? You know?
Well,
I
I
don't
think
know,
it also
man.
leads into the idea that, like, you know,
Yeah.
if you're obviously doing healthy living, it's like you're building habits for yourself early.
For sure.
So it sort of displays something like, you know, you keep doing these
Yeah.
kinds of things, and
Mhm.
even if you do get relatively older, you won't be like as unfit as you normally would be if you didn't have those kind of habits. So like
Exactly.
even then, it would lead you to believe that this person likes to take care of themselves and actually like, you know, cares for themselves, and if they care for
Yeah.
themselves, they're also willing to care for other things as well, because you know
Ah,
they have the ability to care for like things like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it creates a mindset too, right? Like,
For sure.
you know, once you start getting to habits of things, you're in the mindset of like, yes, I'm gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna put myself into positions where I can do that kind of thing. And when I see people who can stick to routines all the time
Huge
and whatever,
respect.
I really respect them because it's like
sure.
I understand how hard it is to be able to stick to a routine for so long and get to the goals that you set out for each other. So like, that's definitely something. If somebody doesn't really have that
Yeah, I guess it's like
drive necessarily.
discipline and yeah,
It's
discipline.
yeah,
drive
and
for sure.
discipline. Yeah, that's a great word for it.
Yeah, I
It
think that's
kind
super
of,
cool.
you know, and I can understand, why people wouldn't find that attractive at all, because it's like, wow, bum. And I get that.
Yeah.
I understand people look at me like that, and I can understand why now, because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing shit, so.
Yeah, and like you always want to have someone that makes you want to strive for better for yourself. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
So, yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
my
think-
2 cents.
Yeah, I think something else that I don't think
Yeah, what's up?
people really consider is having like relatively similar beliefs with your partner, whether they may be political, religious, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're on both ends of the political spectrum with your partner, I don't think things are going to go quite well, especially if you're going to make like very important life decisions regarding your family, whatever that may be, like, when you're having a family, when you're having kids, things like that. And if you don't agree on things, and obviously I don't think in the long term you guys would last very well, because you're obviously going to be fighting a lot. So it obviously does help to have like very similar beliefs, if not the exact same thing, obviously, but like things that you have a similar belief, or like it's like the shared middle part of a Venn diagram.
Enough to compromise.
Enough to compromise, right? Like it's not like you both
core
have to be like
values and stuff.
ultra this, ultra that. It's like maybe one in the middle and one to the middle left or middle right. Like as long as you're still able to compromise and not seeing like direct absolutes more than anything.
Yeah, and at the very least, be like mature enough to recognize that not everyone's gonna like agree with you and whatever, and be able to move past that. Cause like I know I have a friend that's really big into like essential oils and the healing properties of holistic medicine. That's not really my thing, Like I get it, like it shit smells good. It smells good, fine. I I've
Alternative
burned some incense
medicine
here.
for the win.
Yeah, fuck vaccines. No, it's like, dude, it's like I understand, like you're my friend and stuff, right? And so at this, like we had like an argument, whatever. But we even though like we have different views on medicine and just like life and things like that, I was able to like we were both able to just put aside that sort of shit and just love each other for everything else,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
talking
yeah,
about the,
anti-vaxxers. Yeah, but keep going.
Yeah, talking about the stuff about like
What's up?
taking care of yourself, and like you just gotta make sure you take care of yourself. I was watching this like I think like 2 years ago, this comedian on Netflix. This I think he was like Scottish, maybe. I don't want to be like racist or whatever. He's Scottish,
Somewhere
or Irish,
up there.
one of the two. Yeah, somewhere in those Nordic countries, and
That's not Nordic, bro.
Nordic, Benjo!
yo,
He's
and
racist.
I'm just
Benjo.
fuck.
European, vaguely European.
Vaguely
Scandinavian.
European. Okay, sorry.
Look, it's
Can
okay.
I revoked that statement,
good.
but
Okay, cut that out.
he was talking. He was a comedian, but he was talking about some serious shit, and I was like, this is not funny at all. But he was talking about how like you need to understand that if you don't love yourself 100% of the way, then it's really difficult to find someone that you truly in love with, because you're gonna find someone to fill in the other percentage that you don't like love yourself for, and that's like that's not a good thing at that point.
Is
Then
this
it's just
Daniel
like,
Sloss?
yes, that's the guy exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was just talking about that, and I thought it was like really interesting the way he put it. And he said he talked about some fucking puzzles or some shit, and how like
The whole missing piece sort
yeah,
of idea.
whole missing piece shit. Yeah, just wanted to put that in there. Not from a Nordic
Yeah.
country, by the way. So,
Not Nordic,
Yeah,
by
he's,
the way. Just putting
Scottish.
that out there.
so
That's definitely not a Nordic country.
Can we clip
Scotland.
that? That's so funny. Scotland, Ireland. Some kind of Nordic.
it's tough.
But yeah, definitely.
Sorry, we still love you, Benjo.
Sure.
Speaking of this, I guess maybe like a level of education.
Damn. That's crazy.
Oh,
I-
damn.
Damn, the guest is just roasting your ass, dude.
Yeah, she's going for
it's
everyone
crazy.
today.
It's just it's a little country.
Each
you
of
know.
you. I've gotten 1, 2, 3. All right. Liam, Alex, and Migs, you're next.
Oh, damn.
It's just a choppy. I don't think I don't have anything on you guys actually. Unfortunately.
Well, does anybody else have any like absolute
Yeah.
dating don'ts, something that is just kind of like a deal breaker for you, like, or
Yeah.
anything like that?
Don't talk about your ex.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Make
Yeah.
from like the back of his room. Oh, that's great.
Just so you know. Yeah. I think there's like a healthy level, like maybe like opening up to each other and things like
Yeah.
that's fine,
Like,
but like
I would like
Yeah.
I think there's like a healthy medium in which it's okay to talk about your ex, just because it's like you want to explain to the person you're with now, like, hey, like these are the things that I struggle with because of this person. Like I'm not bringing up my ex just because I want to bring up my ex and I want to tell you all about how
Yeah.
I was with my ex. It was more so of like,
Yeah.
this is how it affected me, and I want to let you know why and who did it to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, and that could be somebody's way of being open about it. So in a sense, yes, I think like if you're bringing up your ex, like, yo,
Rent
you know,
free.
you know, my ex cooked better than you. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
like,
Oh, it's like okay, but who asked, bitch? Like,
but if it's like in a sense where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I struggle with like seeing myself in the mirror because of this person, you know, like but I agree with Keenan to an extent, you know, to that extent. You know what I mean? So
'Cause I think like at a certain point, like talking about your ex like to like that like a lot could either mean like, you know, they're just living in your head rent free. You're not really over them. You know,
Yeah.
that's one thing. Another one is that like if you keep calling them, you know, my crazy ex, my crazy ex, my crazy ex, then at that point it kind of gets my gears turning. Like, were they really the crazy ex, or are you just like spinning the situation? You know, because like nobody's like really 100% crazy for the most part. You know, there are some exceptions, but you know, if someone can, because when a relationship ends, there's usually two sides of the story, and there's multiple reasons why it ended. It's very rarely one person, right? So if
Yeah.
someone isn't like can't really recognize that they had some faults in themselves that kind of led to this not working out, that's kind of a red flag, you know, because that just means that they see themselves as faultless, which is rough, because everyone is faulted at some point. Faultful, yes,
Definitely.
words.
Fallible.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Coby, your mic's kind of crispy.
Crispy?
know.
What do you mean crispy?
Like it's like popping.
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah, it might not be plugged in or something.
What's poppin'? Okay.
Actually, your mic. Yeah.
What about you, Liam, Miguel? Do you have anything that like, you know, would kind of be a deal
Big
breaker or like don'ts?
You're gonna say me?
No, you can go first if you have one.
Popcorn Migs. Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, I mean, I agree obviously with what everyone said already,
Mm-hmm.
but especially with like what Alex brought out, and like you as well, Skye, with the whole like coming from a place where you're able to like have similar beliefs, and you don't necessarily have to all the time. Like, it's not impossible if you have different beliefs entirely, but I think that you need a good level of emotional maturity if you're going to meet in the middle. So like knowing how to understand another person who has different beliefs, and like when to like apologize and own up to your mistakes. I think that's a really, if they don't have that level of emotional maturity of being able to like apologize for their actions, I think that's a red flag.
Yeah. And actually, yeah, the whole same belief things, I think like religion kind of comes up in that too. And I think it's okay for people to completely dismiss maybe people that aren't in the same religion just for their own reasons. It's okay. Like maybe you're really hardcore and don't really want to push your religion on someone, that sort of thing. I think that's understandable. But I think it's really, I guess it's nice to see when people like from different religions per se, like can come together and kind of just like, you know, put that aside. and, like,
It is quite nice,
yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty nice to see. But then I don't know. I've always been kind of scared of that. Like, because how would you agree to raise your kids? I suppose if you're from two completely different religions, right? Because like people usually want to at least, you know, bring their kids to church or, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just food for thought in the future. But
Yeah.
Damn, is this chapel right now?
I think that's one of those. I think that's
That
one of those
is.
situations where you're sort of just like, oh, we'll figure it out when we get there. I guess
yeah.
that's the best way to go at it, because a lot of it can come up to circumstance.
Mm.
You know, you could be talking about it now, but later on you could be in a country that's majorly decided towards a single religion,
Yeah.
where it might be easier for you to raise that child towards that side, or if you guys both end up being more neutral about it, you could go with the middle ground later on. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's why I think it's one of those situations that you solve when you get there.
Oh, another red flag actually is like being too like maybe passionate in the beginning. Like you tell me, like you say that you love me in like the first hour and a half of our dinner or something, or like getting or like proposing within 2 months or something like that. Like I feel like there's just I think that's a sort of like a maturity problem and almost desperation, right? And
Getting
like not being able
attached.
to
Oh,
Yeah. Or like being able to like look
Damn.
back and just like take a step back and think like maybe because like I think understanding that like that spark isn't gonna last forever is a big thing for me, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm again
Yeah.
like I'm looking for someone like lifetime, that sort of thing. So if someone's just if I kind of feel that someone is kind of just in it for the now, I'm like it's just not gonna work out. And sometimes you just get a feeling.
Yeah, it's
When
like
things
they come
aren't
up to you
gonna
and said
work
like, I tattooed your name on my chest. Love me. Or
That's
something.
horrible, dude. Getting
You get
shit's
you
so
get
funny
guilted.
though.
You get guilted into like wanting to stay with that person because like, oh shit, they did this big grand gesture for me.
That is
like,
kind
I
of
have to-
Yeah, I don't like that. Like gift giving, dude. Actually, like another like this might be specific to me, but when people give me too many gifts or shower me with too much gifts, it's
That's
huge
because you have
red flag for me.
simps.
Yeah, but someone gave me Cosmic Danami the other day. No, but what happened? Cause like, it's just it feels like they're trying to, like, keep me in here.
Or
You know,
like
keep
they're
me
trying
in
to
a
buy your
relationship.
affection.
Yeah.
Buy your affection.
Yeah, exactly. Buying
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, you
Mm.
know, I don't really want to be your trophy wife or whatever. It's just kind of, it just doesn't. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't sit right with me.
I think for some people they obviously like that because I think gift giving or receiving gifts is like a love language.
nice,
for them.
yeah, for
They
sure.
like receiving things, and so
And giving
obviously-
also.
Yeah, but I think it also like varies. Like, if you have like different love languages, I think there's gonna be somewhat of a struggle just because like what works for one person may not work for the next person.
Yeah.
Just because like if you express affection one way, your partner may interpret it as like, oh, maybe you don't really like me that much just because you're not expressing it the way I would want you to express it. Like,
Yeah.
someone's not really fond of like giving gifts or being very like
Intimate,
physically
even.
physically
Yeah.
intimate. Then the other person might be like, oh, do they really like not think of me as like their partner or something like that? And I think it's
Yeah, that's a
obvious
good
that something like this is obviously could be circumvented if you just like communicate properly and say like what you like and what you don't like, so then your partner can like
Yeah.
be more intuitive in how to show you how they care and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
There's
communication,
actually a-
communication. Yeah.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's love language tests you can take online for that as well.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
You could just,
wanna
like-
take one now?
Yeah.
It's like
Lord.
Fuck.
Yeah.
what is it? I don't know. It's like when
Yeah.
people do like those horoscope tests to see compatibility between them and their partners.
Okay. Zodiac stuff is it's fun, but like when you take it as law, it's like
Dude,
Honey.
yeah, I think it's
Like-
fun, and I know a lot about it. And I think it's useful information because a lot of girls are really into it. But like, if the girl is like, "Yo, like for real, we can't date because you're a Virgo and I'm
It's
not
kinda
compatible,"
racist,
like,
isn't
it's
it?
kind of like,
To an extent,
I mean, yeah,
It
it's
actually
like
just might be racist.
it's like without
It's like-
even like getting
Yeah.
to know the person or whatever, but you're already writing them off because our signs are not compatible or like just like you. I find it so insane. I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna hold punches. I think it's actual bullshit when people believe in that to that extent. Like I can understand it as an entertainment thing, but
Yeah.
the
Like
moment you start
it's
believing it,
it's basic human trait. Oh my god, that's so me. Holy fuck! Like, I don't know if you're seriously letting the stars
Yeah.
decide how your life is gonna be like. I don't know
Yeah.
what fucking era you're living in, but you're not definitely not living now.
yeah.
all right, Socrates, we get it. Dude.
We out here just saying.
Yeah.
I also have a pretty interesting topic that I think would be really relevant in these
Yeah,
trying
what's up?
times. What are you guys' takes on long distance relationships?
Ah. Okay.
Well,
Me personally. Okay, okay. I don't know about you guys, but like I really suck at responding online, but I can at least make it an attempt. Especially because me personally, I'm not really the most intimate person. I kind of, cringe a lot when people are like, it's like, why are you touching me? It just makes me feel queasy and stuff. Which is, it's okay. I like hugs and stuff, but like, please don't lick me. It's weird. So
Well,
it's
I
okay. Like
think
I don't
that
need to
goes
be
for
next to someone
everyone.
to enjoy them.
What the
Like most of my friends are online.
Are we just gonna gloss over that?
we're
Oh,
gonna.
you're just
Yeah,
gonna
we're just gonna go over that. Don't
Right,
mind.
like,
Don't
hey,
mind.
please
Don't
don't lick
mind.
me. Like, who the fuck is licking you? I think that's a
Honey,
bigger question.
you would
It's
be
like,
surprised,
That
honey.
is
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I think anyone would be uncomfortable being licked if there's like, not
Some
in a
fucking
certain...
rando, and you go.
I know. It's like, ah!
It's like, you know how it is.
I swear, dude.
Fuck.
I swear. And it's like, okay,
What
for
creeps
reference, I have
do
never
you hang
held
out
hands
with?
with someone. Never.
Oh, wow,
That's how much of
hand-holding.
a fucking virgin I am, dude.
Sorry, kids, no
I-
premarital hand-holding.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not
premarital
married yet. How dare you hold my
hand-holding.
hand? You know.
Illegal.
But like, so that's why I think I would be fine with a long distance relationship, and I'm kind of like naive in that I trust people really easily. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, there's no point in not having faith in them because it's just gonna make me paranoid,
Mm.
right? And I just have to trust them. That's why I think it's really scary actually in relationships, like just having
Yeah.
to put blind faith into someone, or else you know just risk a lot of issues otherwise.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like long distance
Yeah.
relationships, it definitely requires a certain level of maturity.
And
You obviously have
communication.
to be committed to the idea and things like that. And you know, there's the whole part of like communicating with them and like whatever level of communication you have with your partner and things like that. Because like for me as a person, I would hate talking to someone every day just because like I like my alone time. I don't need to keep talking to them every day to let them know that I still care for them. And obviously, if like someone does prefer that, then it obviously becomes tiresome for me because, you know, I really like my alone time. Like I enjoy my alone time. And if you intrude on that, then I feel like you're intruding on like the time for myself, even though like, you know,
Yeah.
I like there's obviously
Yeah.
that to me there's a big difference between like talking to someone but like doing dumb shit because it's not mentally stimulating versus like trying to have a conversation with someone in which you actually have to like think and be emotionally attentive. And in those cases, like if you have to be emotionally attentive and like mentally stimulated constantly, you're eventually going to be very tired. And for me, I don't really like that. I like from my personal experience, I just like to have things whenever I want them, or like, you know, on certain, not very frequently, just because like I just get tired of that kind of thing. But obviously, if you're more mature and you're more willing to like, you know, sacrifice that like alone time and space, yeah, it obviously would work for you. But like I said, I'm selfish and I don't want to sacrifice my alone time because I like my alone time.
Not everyone wants to be together 24/7.
Yeah, fuck that. I hate
Yeah.
that.
It's like,
I wanna
please.
ask Liam.
I don't think you
because
can.
I wanna ask Liam about like his thoughts about it because you know.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while, huh?
As the
Yeah.
I think the
I
only
mean,
one in the
bit.
in a relationship here in the podcast.
Me and Benjo are
Also-
right here, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Very crispy,
Oh,
your
I'm
mic,
sorry,
Coby.
I'm
Very
sorry.
crispy. I don't know if it's just me.
No, I hear it as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But-
It may come up in the audio, but yeah. I'm sure your faithful viewers will be fine.
I'll fix it, but
Yeah.
keep talking, Liam, if
Yeah,
you
go
want
ahead,
to
man.
talk about it.
Yeah, so how is it, like,
I
how's
mean-
the experience for you, I suppose, Liam?
I think all I would say is it does have to come from that place of like true caring and understanding of like who each other is and like setting the bounds of the long distance relationship. Like what Alex said is that you don't want to sacrifice your alone time, right? And maybe you're not like always into conversation. So I feel like what's really worked for us is that we do have these like intimate, more like emotionally kind of invested conversations, but there's also times where we're like, all right, I have to take like an hour for myself, or just today I'm just gonna spend it on me time, you know, and we're totally okay with that. And I think that's what really works for us.
That's so cool, man.
And I think finding
yeah.
So sweet.
It's so weird
Yeah,
'cause
just
it
finding the right
sounds
person.
so like, you know, that's just how it's supposed to be, but it's really cool. I think that's really cool.
Liam.
Props.
I-
Respect.
I have a question for you, Liam. Do you
Uh-oh.
use a bird box?
Get your mic
Over
down.
the,
Okay, yeah.
of a video? Do you use a bird box and use a cucumber?
It's a bird box.
Oh my
Bird
god.
Bird Box. I haven't seen that film.
Yeah, neither. Like, goddamn.
Boy.
Yeah. With like the blindfold.
That's great.
You know, we'll roll with that. We'll roll with that. Yeah.
It's
We'll just
insane.
pretend. We'll just pretend we didn't hear
The
that.
fucking blindfold. That's a bird box. It's not a blindfold. It's a bird box.
Oh,
Really?
I'm curious what.
Yeah, no comic here.
Shut down. All right, as we come up onto the 50th minute of the podcast, I guess we can start talking about the last of Liam's queries. You know, this is a
Ended
lot more
on
of a specific question, but what would your guys' ideal first date be?
Honestly, sitting at home. No, please don't spend money. Com shops are fun. Um. Yeah.
She's a gamer. She's like,
I'm a
comp
gamer,
shop?
boom!
Shit, dude. Like,
Take note.
hey, let's play a couple games of League. Pay for my my fee at the comp shop, and then boom, date
That's nice.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it obviously varied between
between
to
the
person, right?
peoples.
Like,
Yeah.
I may have an idea of where I want to go on like a first date, but is it me taking someone out, or is someone taking me out, or something like that? And obviously, everyone would like choose something to do for like some fun activity. Uh, Myself, I would just like to meet like actually understand how the person works and functions. So I'd actually like probably
Stalk
take
them.
them out to like go to a picnic and something like that, and just have a very nice
Wow.
conversation.
Yeah.
One, because it
Very
saves
nice.
money, because I'm a broke
Romantic.
boy. But at the same time, it's also to like
Cheapskate.
get to know them.
All right, Mr.
And-
Krabs.
Hey, you know how it is. And because like if there's nothing overly distracting, right? And if the person's genuinely not interested in you, you'll sort of figure that out just because like
Fair enough.
there's no distractions or anything cool. So then if they're not interested in you as a person, or you're not interested in them as a person, you sort of figure that out from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
And if you sort of figure out that you are interested in them and they are interested in you, then you're more likely to do more fun activities and other dates, because it's no longer like the precedent or you have to impress them or anything like that.
Yeah.
You've already set like this basic level where like I'm interested, you're interested, now we can go do fun things. Because if you do like the fun
Yeah.
thing in the very get-go, they're gonna have this expectation, and then they're probably not gonna get to know you as well, because like they're
To
obviously
focus
doing
on that
the
thing.
yeah. And when later then a couple days in and they find out like, oh, it turns out you're not as interesting as I thought, or maybe you're just not into me, then like I think that would be a waste of time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I prefer just being really blunt and direct with things. Like, I hate
Fair
I hate beating around the bush. I think that's so annoying. I want to just be straight up. But obviously, some people prefer subtlety and like being more like, this and that. And it's to each to their own, because everyone has their own like preference and style to
Yeah.
doing things.
I think at like the very least, like by the end of the second date, like if I can have a conversation with someone, like just being brain dead and like not actively have to think, okay, what's my next point of conversation? What am I gonna say
Yeah.
next? That's a good sign. If I still have to think about what I'm gonna say next, it's like, obviously you have to think before you act or whatever, but like, not to the extent where you're like stepping on eggshells or whatever. I think
Yeah.
that's nice.
To build on.
And yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. This is like oddly specific, but I think I enjoy people that let me split the bill with them, cause I've
Ooh.
yeah.
You hear that,
Hey,
fellas?
I like.
You
I
hear
like
that, fellas? We don't have to pay for first dates anymore, fellas.
Sip Nation.
It's time. It's time.
It goes back to the
Equality,
idea of
let's
I don't
go.
want someone to. I'm very cautious about being guilt tripped in the future. Like people and also like I think like people that
Oh,
are able
that's
to be like,
fair.
okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, man. Like you can like split the bill with me. That's pretty cool. I think it's kind of like the whole, because the whole like the gender roles or whatever. Like someone that's not too into that it kind of indicates that they're not too like macho man, which is cool.
I
Like
think-
they're willing to
Yeah.
like let me pay for myself or let me treat them even, which is
Yeah.
nice.
I think
Oh, shit,
something
you
that
wanna
you
treat
could
me?
like do for that.
Yeah.
Like something you could really do for that is like if you are going on a date, you can offer to like pay for like the first thing. Like if you're gonna go to like get a coffee, and then like, oh, we're gonna go to an ice cream bar, but you're paying.
And
things
then the
like
next
that.
person plays.
Yeah.
Pays
I
for
then,
like
like,
those arrangements.
It's not
It's fun.
necessarily like, oh, we'll split this, we'll split that. It's more of like, I'll pay for this and you can pay for that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're still paying for something in the end, but it's not necessarily where one person has to pay for everything.
Yeah, because I don't want to be reliant on someone, or like
Yeah.
vice versa. I don't want
True.
somebody to be reliant on me.
Mm.
So I want to
True.
at least know that we're both like, at least at a financial level where we can treat each other. And if we're not, that's fine.
Go for picnics, they're cheap.
Exactly.
I,
Or just
Yeah.
sit in a room.
To build on
Also
like
true.
Alex's point from a while ago,
What's up?
I think because personally, when it comes to first dates, like I wouldn't really go on a date with somebody who I don't know. Like my whole idea when it comes to like liking somebody, it's always going to be somebody that like I've been friends with for a long time. Like, cause it takes a long time for me, at least nowadays, to really build up that emotional connection to the point where like, hey, I like you in that way, because I'm very much content with just being friends, but there's got to be something special that sparks it to be like, I want to like go out with you, I want to try something a little more, right? So when it comes to that, like the first date, I feel because of that kind of context, I would have already probably know about them, know how to talk to them and all that stuff. Like, I think my ideal first date would just be like, fuck it, let's go hang out at one of our places and order some McDo and see how that goes. And if it's like smooth sailing from the get-go, then it's just like, yeah, I know it's like the best moments, in my opinion, don't need like an extra factor like, oh, let's go skydiving or some shit. Like, obviously that's fun. That's fun to do. I would love to do that shit.
Is it fun?
Okay. All right, pussycats.
Pretty fun, but really expensive.
But you get what I mean. So like, there's that experience, but being able to create moments like personally, I think like the best moments, most memorable moments that I can create with somebody is when we're doing jack shit and it's just the two people creating the scene essentially. You know, not to get theatrical about it, but you know.
Like, as nice as finding someone like serendipitously, I guess, like, you know, like you meet someone and you just instant click. I think that's really fun and all, but I think there's other ways to meet people, right? Like, sometimes you may have already met them before, you know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Friends into relationships, it can be done for sure. I just think there comes into issues where like sometimes like you just know that someone's becoming friends with you just to get close to you. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like intentions again. Like, if you like met me intending to just like meet someone or just be a friend, then like that's cool.
Yeah, and I think it's completely fair. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same. Like, I want to ask you, Skye, if it's like, yeah, you came into the relationship intending to be friends, and that was like your only intention, but like it just ended up growing to something more. Would you still be put off by something like that?
What do you mean? Sorry, wait, what? No, I don't think. I think because like I mean have I? No, I haven't dated anyone actually, but I have gotten close to dating someone that was like a friend in the past. It just didn't work out. That's okay. Alright, it's not bad for me, you know. As long as, because I know like some people will do a total 180 when things turn like romantic or relationship wise, and I think that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like if you talk so easily before when you were friends and suddenly everything's like awkward and you know. I find that kind of sad because I do really enjoy just talking with people and just, you know, fucking around, like in a non-sexual manner. You know, that's cool. Like,
I want to ask about the other 4 boys here. What are your guys' ideal 4 dates? You know,
speak. Coffee. I'd like
coffee.
No, it was coffee.
Wait. Boys.
It's like first thing is like.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Skye, you've never. Okay, why are you in this? Okay, like, let's calm down, all of us boys. All right, why don't we just chill? Okay, coffee. You guys need to relax for a second.
Because you first said "ca."
Someone was talking, and I didn't want to interrupt them. I'm being nice, but y'all just like fucking. Bang!
Sorry. Okay, you keep going. Please tell us about this coffee.
Extremely unfortunate, first of all, and yeah, I just want to. My first date, I just want to like grab some coffee with the girl. Okay, that's it. I don't want to say anymore because I feel like
for sure.
Are you gonna be judging them
Elaborate,
based on what coffee they get, though?
Oh, is that the list? Is that how I'm?
Oh yeah, I don't like feeling like I'm being tested.
The test.
I don't like being tested. I think that's so annoying.
Just like, oh, you don't ground your own
I
coffee.
feel that.
Oh, you don't get your coffee from Ethiopia? Nah.
You don't buy your coffee from a locally fair trade
Like, you get
source? What are you, a capitalist pig? Like, bro.
You don't support local?
In all seriousness though, like, I just want to grab a nice coffee date with the girl.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I love coffee. Hopefully.
So what would you do if the girl doesn't like coffee?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
What would you do if the girl doesn't
What
like
if they're
coffee?
like a tea person?
They wouldn't be a first
tea's
date
fine.
then.
No, okay.
What if they're a
fine.
water person?
Wait. You guys are okay.
We get coffee without the date, dude. It's just simple.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all so interested.
Fair enough. The dates don't need to be grand gestures, you know.
Yeah.
As long, I think what's important is like who you're with, and if you're enjoying the time you're with the person, right? So
Yeah.
that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, she doesn't have to get coffee. She can get something else, but I'm getting
Water.
Because sure. Why not?
What would be
That's
something that
better.
would be really weird? Like if someone orders if someone ordered something, what would that something be to make you kind of be like weird champ, you know?
I'd probably like if if she,
Vodka in the morning.
yeah, if she had gone out of her way, like the midday or like in the morning, she's like, "Can I have a shot of vodka?"
Good
I'm like, "Am I
point.
that uninteresting?"
Yo,
Like,
Either
Guys,
that or
so
like, do you really
fucking
think that's
hard.
cool? You know, like, oh yeah, you're so cool drinking at 8 a.m. Like, wow, whoa, you know, like.
Have you
Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
drinking at 8 a.m. though?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Some people like to show off that there's like, oh yeah, man, like I
Benjo.
drink
What?
like at least half a bottle of vodka every night,
What's it
man.
called?
And I'm like, you're so cool. Yeah.
I remember we had a sleepover and we woke up at like 8 in the morning, and the first thing we all did was we took a shot of coffee Patron.
Wait, if you're with friends, that's shot of chocolate sauce. I think that's funny. It can't like if you're with friends and whatever, fuck it, man. But if it's like something that like sometimes you just feel like someone's being like fake or like actively ordering something just to like show off, like, oh yeah, I'll have the salad, you know, or like oh, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
order
eat that
myself a
meat, fucker.
lobster, you know, like wow,
Yeah.
okay,
It's like to
yeah.
perpetuate this image of like how they look like when in reality it's like
Yeah.
not who they are.
Fake vibes,
Yeah.
being fake.
Yeah, it's like when they order
I
something
wanna see my
overly
girl eat like a
complex and
pig,
don't
man.
enjoy it, but just trying to come off as like pretentious and pompous. Just like, yes,
Yeah.
I am of higher class. Like something like
I only eat salads.
I only eat leaves.
Without the croutons and the dressing, thank you.
I'm a
Yeah.
vegetarian.
Just the leaves.
Just
No
the
way.
leaves. I only
Just the leaves. Okay, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but salads with grapes are. Oh, I don't like grapes in salads.
Grapes?
Dude.
I don't
grapes.
think I've had
Really?
salad.
I don't
Salad?
think
What?
you can
Okay, I
give
swear to God,
them-
every time I have salad,
I've
it's either
never seen
it's
a
either has
fucking salad
grapes
with a
or
grape in it.
drenched in vinegar. Either of those two is a
Where
hard
the
pass
fuck
for
are
me
you
with
getting your
salads.
salads? Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
well,
Your
I
salads
thought this
are
was
fucking
everywhere,
grapes with their
dude.
salads, dude.
No.
Maybe
no.
I'll-
Whole
It's
Foods.
definitely
No.
not Whole Foods. It's a
Definitely.
They only have rosé.
I swear,
They
I
only
swear, I
have
swear.
rosé.
Someone will know what I'm talking about. Like salads with like sliced grapes in them. It's like, why are you there, bro? Why?
Sliced
You don't
grapes.
need to be
Slice
here.
grape.
Yeah,
Yeah, did
what?
surgery on a grape.
Chef really took the time to
Seriously.
cut the grape, dude.
It's
Oh,
a,
really?
it's a
Like,
surgery.
cut-
He
it's
cares. He
cut in half,
cares.
and then vinegar everywhere.
I can't. Oh, wait, what about you,
Yeah.
Keenan?
Wow.
I want to go through everybody's first date, ideal first date before
Yeah,
we
for sure.
wrap up the episode.
I mean, I think for me, just going out for a drink with them, like, I
That's
know,
good.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but no, for me, it's,
I
you
mean,
know,
that's
you can
something you
just,
enjoy
like,
doing, right? So.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can just like, you know, go somewhere. It doesn't like have to be like a nightclub or anything. You can, you know,
Mhm.
just go to like the local pub, and you can just have a
Mm.
nice
Nice bar.
conversation
Sounds like a
over a
good time,
drink.
yeah.
It doesn't have
Yeah.
to, you know,
Mm.
like you're not
That's-
going
that's
to
nice.
get like hammered. You're just gonna go have a nice drink, you know.
You
Need
don't
a
know
little
that.
bit of liquid
Yeah,
confidence.
for sure.
Keenan's gonna get hammered. His
Okay,
date won't.
At least
That's the
one
deal.
person is, but the other one doesn't have to.
Like imagine if you're like going on a date with a person that's the type of person to say like shots and then starts getting fucking shots.
Alright,
Like,
it's
oh.
6
I'd be
p.m.
down, but you know,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like you go out, you order a pint, and she's like, "Can I get a bottle of vodka?" Oh, for me, for me though.
Wild thing.
And just pours it on the just pours it neat and just starts thinking it's straight, just like oh.
No, yeah.
It's
Dude,
like I would
Keenan's
like
eyes
red
light
poison
up,
with
bro.
a side of arsenic.
Dude, it's
no,
just
my,
built
my eyes would
different.
light up, dude, yeah.
It's like I found the one.
I feel like
you guys
also,
have motor oil here? Like,
Oh my god.
sorry.
So wait, Meg, what's your
Yeah.
Uh,
what's yours,
first
man?
date?
Yeah, man.
Midget boxing?
No, definitely not. Anything but
That's
that.
closed now. That's closed now.
Anything
Legit.
but that.
No longer.
Please.
Definitely.
Anything but that. My ideal first date would just be like at either house, and then just chill, hang out for a bit, maybe watch a couple
Alright.
movies. Not like the usual thing, you know. You don't have to go. You don't have to go all the way or
Silver
whatever.
Linings
Whatever
Playbook.
people want to do.
La La Land.
Usually when it's Netflix, you know. But like, if you can watch like a movie you can both enjoy, I don't know, maybe have like a drink or two or whatever. Just hang out and chill. Like I just want to get to. If it's a first date, I want to get to
Yeah.
know them better, right? That's the
Yeah,
goal.
for sure, for sure.
So
So,
I don't
yeah.
wanna see them in a situation where they have to try to be this type of person. I want to see them, you know, as they are at home.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
What's up?
taking your girl out on the first date, or like just any girl out on the first date, right? If you
Mhm.
take her out to a bar or have her drink coffee or have her like take something that can like, you know, like coffee makes her
Mood
intoxicated.
altering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mood altering. If it alters her mood, like she's probably gonna reveal a bit more, or if not reveal a bit more, she's
Wow,
just gonna talk about
the
it
truth
much more.
seeker.
The truth
Okay.
seeker. It's like as soon as she takes her first sip of alcohol.
Yeah.
So, why don't you sit down real quick?
You're like a barber, you know, like you're trying to get them to reveal all your secrets.
It's like you want to break the facade, just like look through all the
Yeah.
makeup and all like the falsities, like show me what you really like. Just like something like that.
Oh, actually, this may also be weirdly specific to me because I have weird fears. But like when I go, like if I don't know a person, I want to go on a first date. It has to be somewhere that's like public. You know, like I'm not
Oh,
about to go to
yeah.
your house on the first date.
Fair
I'm not
enough.
about to go on a hike in the mountains or something. You know, like as much as I like houses and hunting and hiking, it's like.
Hiking, yeah.
You know, maybe you know. For all I know, you could be an axe murderer, man. Like,
Ted
you
Bundy
gotta-
type beat.
Yeah, that's
Exactly,
Ted
dude. Paranoia. I swear, I'm spooked. Too many
Shout out
true,
the Zodiac
true crime
killer, dude,
shows.
Ted
Yeah,
Cruz.
so shout out to the Zodiac killer. No. No.
So wait,
Yeah.
I just have a quick Mig. What if like you're watching a movie and that she like says like a really shit movie like the live action Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know what-
You see,
How would you feel like? If you
that's
had
that's
really
either a
shit
good thing or
movie
a
taste?
bad thing, right? Because it depends on what she wants
she
from that.
Oh, yeah,
genuinely
if you're there
likes
to like
it,
shit on it, that's fine.
what if she
That's fine.
genuinely likes the movie?
Like she genuinely
Or-
or like they genuinely have like really shit movie tastes.
Or if they talk during the movie the entire time.
Oh, or they
Oh,
ask
wait,
a lot
I
of
do that,
questions.
though.
Why are you guys making my first date so bad? Come on, it's our
I'm
first
making you
date.
think. I'm making you think.
Maybe first date alone in the day, huh? Why do I do that? We're bringing it out.
Okay.
It's like
No, you gotta
it's like
think, you know,
backup plans, you know?
epistemology, TOK, dude. You gotta
Yeah,
always
if-
think through things.
If she actually likes The Last Airbender, then okay, fine, it's a red flag. But if she's also talking a lot over The Last Airbender, it's a
it's
it's a
not
good
funny.
thing. It's not a red flag anymore because she's talking over the movie.
True.
You know?
Which means she's
Well, what if
not
she's saying
entirely
about like, oh my gosh, I
invested
just
or-
love the acting from this person. You know, the CG is so good, man. Like, how'd they do that? You know?
I don't think movie taste should dictate a person's worth.
If she
Well,
goes over to your house,
is
and
that a
she
test?
Says
asks-
boss baby.
Boss baby, yes. yes.
She's a
We're gonna
keeper.
comment
She's
in
a
every
keeper.
episode.
She
No,
says
she's
boss
not a
baby.
keeper.
She's a keeper.
Okay,
If she
if
asks
it's
to watch Boss
ironic,
Baby,
I
keep her.
vibe with that. If it's unironic, oh no. like,
If
oh
she-
fuck.
If your significant other goes over to your house, or if your love interest goes over to your house to ask you to put on the live action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender or fucking Boss Baby, it's either that she has shit taste or she has an ulterior motive. Okay, like
Or she's trying to get out of this
Yeah,
situation.
something's happening and she just wants to get out. Okay, so
Dude, Benjo's really thinking about this. First of all,
Or-
like the mood
or
altering
If
things.
you wanna
Wow,
think about
I'm
it in a
scared of
like a
Benjo
slightly
now.
different
no,
way.
I'm not. Guys, ladies,
think
please
about
don't
it.
run
Hear
away.
him.
Please don't run.
That's how
If
you
you're
scare
going to
them
run,
even
run
more.
closer
It's
to
like,
me.
don't run, don't
Hey,
run.
ladies, don't run. Come on.
Yeah, come on. I have
Boss
good cop
Baby.
date. Come on.
Maybe she's
God,
putting on
yeah.
Boss Baby, so you don't actually watch it. You do shit. You know, it's like just
It's just
something
like
in
background
the back.
noise.
The background noise of Boss Baby.
Yeah, it's the top tier
I
BGM.
I don't think I'd want Boss Baby as a background noise for anything.
What if that was like your theme song, you know? Her theme song was Boss Baby.
like,
No.
Oh, you know the movie I lost my virginity to? It's Boss
Boss
Baby, Oscar nominated.
That's a weird champ.
Imagine telling that to your kids.
That's
Why would you tell your kids?
Why would you tell
First
your
of
kids
all,
that?
Wouldn't
It's
you
like,
like
hey,
tell your
little
kids
Jimmy,
funny
let me
stories
tell
when
you
you're,
about
like,
how
older?
I
I
lost
would.
my
You know.
virginity.
You know, this is the movie your mom and I boned to make you.
Liam?
Oh.
and son, that's why your name's Boss.
Oh
And that's
It all
why you're
makes
named
sense.
Baby.
Well, that's why mommy always calls you boss. too.
Oh no! Oh
Alright,
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a
That's a
wrap.
wrap.
Take it away.
It's
Wait,
not
wait,
bad,
wait,
no.
we didn't get
Special.
Liam's. We didn't get Liam's first date.
no. Oh yeah, does it even
Actually,
apply to him?
why don't we just ask you what your first date was?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
go.
no! Yeah, yeah.
True.
Fish.
Okay. Fair enough. My first date was in Shaydale, and we just got to just vibe, just
yeah,
talk,
yeah, that's fun.
and we got to walk back home afterwards. Like,
That's
Very
cute.
wholesome. I
it's
think
fun. We got
there's,
to bike a little bit.
there's
Yeah.
definitely like
Oh,
a.
that's sweet.
I understand why people would want to put effort into the first date because I know for some people it shows that like, hey, they're willing to put in the effort to like try to impress me, and like that just means that they care in a sense. Like, you know, people can perceive it as like them caring or wanting to get to like know them. So I definitely understand the idea of like having to go out and do all that stuff, even though if it was just like a pizza place near your house. But
Yeah.
you know, it works out. Okay.
Yeah. What can I say?
Solid.
Works out.
Very
Really
wholesome
well.
being. Yeah.
That was
Man,
pretty awesome.
let's all guys who wants to go to Shazday with me.
Is
I'll
that place even open?
Yeah, it is.
Is it really? Oh
Yeah.
man, but actually I'm like kind of traumatized of Shideo because when I went there, like I was eating tiramisu and I had just like staples in my mouth. Dude, there was staples in the tiramisu. I'm not capping. I swear to God. Okay, on God.
Can you imagine? They have like
Yeah.
a board that says meal of the day, and then they just
Staple
fucking
tiramisu.
tiramisu on there. Like, this is what we have for
not even,
today.
it's not even like in a cup or anything. It's just straight up stapled on the wall. you take it down when you want to eat it.
Yeah.
No.
By the hand, they just grab it with their hand.
By that, this is really good.
You're Miami.
Just eat it on the staples, dude. Eat it on the staples.
On the rocks, baby.
Alright, I guess if
On the rocks.
Tiramisu on the wall.
on the wall. Oh, I guess that. Yeah, I guess is that what the phrase "off the wall" comes from?
Vans.
That was very
We should
Tiramisu.
ask. We should ask Fermi.
Yeah.
Tiramisu is Vans confirmed. Okay.
The Italians
Nice.
off the wall first.
Off-
All right. So as we approach
I hate
an
it,
hour,
I hate
12
it.
minutes, Migs,
Yeah.
would you want to give some takeaways for the
Oh.
episode?
Alright, so the main takeaways. I think you guys are gonna have to help me with this one. This is a pretty loaded episode. We covered a lot.
Alright. In
Yeah.
conclusion, don't be
Cock.
a basic bitch. Don't be a cock. Whatever the hell basic
first
means
of
to you. What else did we
First
talk
date,
about?
cock.
Yeah.
Bone
first date,
to
cock.
bone to boss
Communicate.
baby. Bone to
Boss
boss
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
Boss baby, yeah, you know, it's safe for everyone, you know. There's multiple ways you can take it. Alex doesn't like girls with tattoos.
No, mullets,
God,
mullets. It's not
No, I
tattoo
don't like the
specifically. It's
fringe
more so
mullet
the mullets.
combination.
It's
It's
the
really not
fringe
the vibe.
mullets he
Fringe
doesn't
mullet.
like.
There's nothing
Okay,
wrong with a good
okay.
tat and mullet though.
True. True. What if it's a bad tat mode?
Alex's
Pause
face.
champ.
He's just like,
Alex Pond.
dude, I don't know about that one, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I guess don't have bad intentions. Be emotionally mature, preferably mentally stable, but that's okay. You know.
What a fucking laundry list that
Be
we
honest,
have
really.
after
Just
today.
like
Yeah.
say what you're looking for.
Yeah. Don't like
Be on
make
the
us
same page.
decode messages just
Well,
to
like, I don't
understand
just
where you want to
be
eat
friends
tonight.
with you, but like I'm like down for other things. But I just want to be friends with you, but
funny.
like no,
Yeah.
just cut through it. Just
Oh,
like
fuck
What if she
me.
talks
So-
in Parechong? Like, oh my god. No!
We pare. You wanna buy me dinner tonight, pare?
If she talks like that, dude, I don't know. I might be into that. If a girl did it, maybe straight, but maybe. All right.
Well,
It would be funny
there you
as
go.
fuck.
There's, someone can
on,
do this.
You heard it
now.
here first.
Yeah. You can win your heart
Yeah.
of Skye Redden.
Okay, on that
Oh,
note.
and ass. That was the very
Mm.
first thing.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Fat
just-
In
Never
conclusion,
forget
nice
ass.
fat
All right.
ass.
So
Also,
Alright.
don't
Yeah.
simp.
don't shrimp.
We didn't even touch about that. We'll save it for a
Oh yeah, we
different
didn't even
episode.
talk about shrimp.
Another day. Another
Oh,
day.
do I stop the
Shrimp?
recording,
Uh,
bros?
yeah.
Maybe we'll
I'll
say
do like
bye.
a little bit. Yeah, let's say bye.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
is he?
Good job.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us on the next episode.
Follow me on
Sitcoms.
Instagram,
Oh, yeah.
Skye.Redden. Thank you.
Yeah,
Please.
follow. Let's plug the
baby.
guest.
Just
Also,
Plug.
You're plugging your socials on the wrong YouTube account.
No, you know what? I will take what I can fucking
We're
get.
struggling
man.
here.
I will take what I can get. I'm not even kidding you. Even if it's like your mom's, it's fine. All right.
our moms
Shout out to
don't
the
watch
30
this.
viewers,
What?
PogChamp.
Our moms don't
Yeah.
watch this.
Pogchamp.
PogChamp. All right, but yeah, thanks again to Skye Redden for
Thank you for having
joining
me.
us and accompanying us for this Valentine's episode. Very nice to have a female opinion on here. Hopefully, not the last female
Yeah.
we have on the
Female.
podcast. You know, we'll try our
I mean,
best.
you know,
but,
if you
us
need a
charming
femboy,
boys,
I can recommend a couple. It's fine.
I will
Sure.
pass, but
Alright.
Instant. I will pass.
Yeah, no.
But I
Yeah,
mean, if it's
that
the
was-
Wet Brains podcast, can't you have like Wet Boys podcast? Oh.
Wet Boys podcast.
We
Shit.
ain't
Fellas.
gay here. We ain't
Fellas.
gay.
All right, is it time
Yo,
for
at
our
Content,
sponsor
okay.
1,000
talent?
subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. We'll do a special Wet Boys podcast.
What boy special? No.
Are we just gonna lube ourselves up and just be
Oh,
like,
actually-
yeah.
naked?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
make a fucking calendar instead of
Yeah.
firefighters. It's
Oh,
gonna be
let's make a
a-
calendar and
Yo.
sell it. Let's, yeah.
That's our
A
merch.
thousand.
That's our merch. That's our
Yeah,
first
wait,
merch
actually,
is a
so what do you guys
thousand
call
subscribers.
yourselves? Do you guys just call yourself the Wet Brains, or are you like the boys of the Wet Brains?
We're just the wet brains.
Okay, 'cause I was gonna say, like, if you guys called yourselves the Wet Boys, I think that'd be funny as fuck. You're just the Wet Boys. The
Not so
Wet
bad.
Boys.
But yeah, if you
Yeah,
want to
not bad.
follow Skye Redden and see what she's up to, she streams at twitch.tv/klutzttv.
That's the one.
Follow her Instagram at skye.redden. Is that
See you
correct?
guys.
Yes, that's the one.
We'll
SKYE.
link her socials in the description. So with ours, but follow ours first because we're the
I
brand.
say how it is.
Just
Alright,
just put
Skye
it
will
out there,
remember
so.
this.
Thank you again for listening. Catch you next time.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Black
Do's and
Ounce.
neithers.
See ya.
Mwah.
This is the ending song. Like, comment, subscribe. The episode is over. Yeah. This is the ending song.